All right, the next barrier shows up, according to the research, at about $10 million in annual revenue. $10 million in annual revenue. Only 0.4% of all small businesses ever get to $10 million in revenue, 0.4%. And there's a very different issue at 10 million than what we experienced at 1 million. What do you think is going on in a business whose growth stalls at $10 million in revenue? What's the issue there?
Responsibilities.
Could still be around responsibilities. And yet the research shows something very different.
Ability to market the business, to grow sales?
Not so much, even though, again, that may be a issue. It's not the issue at $10 million in revenue.
Vision?
I'm sorry?
Vision?
Vision, again, might be an issue, but it's not the big issue.
Too much
Could it
debt.
just be complacency?
A little bit of complacency, but the
Maturity bubble.
oh, you're getting much closer, much closer. The issue is about design, the design of the business. It's chaos. It's chaos because up to this point, we really haven't had to go about organizing the business. We probably don't have an operations manual. We don't have systems. We don't have policies and procedures, no checklists. We're operating the business as if we were still at $1 million, except now we're at $10 million in revenue. It's chaos, a lack of design, a lack of organizational design. That's what causes businesses' growth to stall somewhere around $10 million in revenue. A lack of organizational design. So here's the good news. Now you know what causes companies to stall at $1 million. Now you know what causes companies to stall at 10 million. Why not begin to address each of those issues now? Why wait till you get stuck? Why not, if you're the owner of the company, if you've not begun to delegate responsibilities, why not start now? And if you haven't begun to organize your business, systemize your business, why wait till you get to 8, 9, $10 million in revenue? Why not start doing that now? And that way you just blow right past that $10 million barrier. Okay? Here's something else to think about. Going back to the decline stage, there's been a lot of research on companies that go into decline, and why is it that some companies are able to survive and many aren't? Many aren't. Probably less than 10% of companies that go into decline are able to survive. Why is that? Well, there was a very good book written a number of years ago. The name of the book is called Bounce, B-O-U-N-C-E, Bounce. I think the author is Keith McFarland, I think. He studied these companies that went into decline to try to figure out why some of these companies survive and even are successful, and that many don't. And here's what he found. First of all, he said, he determined that companies are designed in different ways. And he recognized 3 different ways that companies are organized. He said, you have, and some of you may have heard this before, we have Christmas ornaments, oranges, and Super Bowls. Every company is organized in one of 3 ways. You're either a Christmas ornament, an orange, or a Super Bowl. What in the heck is he talking about? Let's think about it. If I take a Christmas ornament and drop it from, let's say, 6 feet, hits the ground, what happens to it? It shatters, right? Christmas ornament shatters. 1,000 different pieces. Some businesses, when they find themselves in decline stage, they too shatter. They blow up into many different pieces. They don't survive because they're not organized in a way to take a really hard hit. They're a Christmas ornament, okay? What about the orange? The orange, if I dropped an orange from about 6 feet, what would happen to that orange? It's the ground. Is the orange still good? Is it still serviceable? Can we still eat that orange?
Depends on if it's green or how mature it is.
Parts of it.
Parts of it. Parts of it are still okay. Parts of it are still serviceable. The orange is still an orange, except now it's kind of bruised, right? It's not like it was before. Some companies, when they hit get hit hard, right? Like we did last year, hard hit. Some companies are able to survive. They're not like they were before COVID. They're not like they were before the recession, but they're able to survive. They're hanging in there.